it's Natalie here. So I wanted to quickly go into an astral projection experience that I had about a week and a half ago. It was really cool because I was so conscious of this experience as I become more aware and clearing stuff out within me. And during this experience, I was taken to many places. I went to many places to be able to clear stuff out just like we do in our dreams, but this was fully conscious. I was fully aware, which is what astral projection is. It wasn't just a lucid dream. It was an actual astral projection that we can do. So, with that said, I was taken to many places that I will go into later, but the main thing I wanted to talk about was an experience that I had that I was given. I remember walking into this white room, and there were these white steps. There was about 3 steps that I went up, and as I went up these steps, I realized that there was a bed at the top of these steps of this platform, and there were 2 beings on each side of this bed, and everything was white. The stairs, the bed, the posts, everything. And the beings that were on the side reminded me, like I said, there was no words said, there was no need, it was all telepathic. And I just was able to know and communicate that way. As I looked down, as I was walking, I looked human, so I know some people experience different types of what they look like. I was human at the time. Whether that relates into a different humanoid, I don't know, but that's what I experienced, that's what I saw this time. So anyway, going up these steps, when I got to the top of the last step on this bed, I saw the 2 beings off to the side who were guardians. I don't know exactly what they were doing, who they were. They seemed almost almost like statues, but they weren't. They stood as statues, but they were beings, they were consciousness, they were aware, and they were protecting and guarding something. As I walked up the steps, I noticed my mother, who I don't know if it truly was, or if they wanted me to view it that way, or if I'd on a different level, but that's what I connected with. And as I walked up the steps, I saw my mother, she passed away. It's been a couple years, a little bit longer than that, but anyway. I looked at her eyes. She was on the bed, laying down, and kind of sat up and looked at me. And her eyes were as sapphires. They were so blue, just this beautiful, brilliant blue sapphire color. And when I looked at her, I connected so emotionally with this being, whoever it was, but took the look of the physical look of my mother that was in this world. And there was such a love that was felt between us, and I noticed also that I was being presented with some information. The first piece of information was, it almost looked like a silicone crystalline structure that was round and like halved, and it was for my 3rd eye. I later found out that it's the way that I'm able to see things. I've had many experiences where I've gone above earth and I've gone into realms, the technical aspects and places that we don't fully talk about, and being able to figure out more in depth of what is truly going on. Like if we talk about the Matrix and stuff like that, I was in some type of factory one time. So anyway, there was a tool that I had been able, now that I evolved to a certain point, to be able to use, and then I would know how to use it. So I was given that. I was also given, and I don't even exactly remember if it was I remember details, but it was something golden, and it seemed more of like either golden ticket or golden key that she was talking about, and didn't elaborate very much on that either. I'm now realizing more that I think about it. It was almost an access that I'd reached a certain point where I was able to have more access to different realities, different realms, densities, into the spiritual aspects of things, and working on what I'm working on. So I took that as well. So when I do this type of work and go into certain things, making sure that I'm keeping my stream of my silver cord that is attached when I go into these places that I'm going to be experiencing more of, which I'm still figuring all that out. At the same time, I also was told one of the last things by these beings that took the figure of my mother that I was connecting with. I was also told that I needed to look up Final Fantasy, the trailer of it, the game, which I'm not into that stuff very much, but I did know about Final Fantasy, so it was something that I could connect with, that they could send information through to best elaborate on certain things and messages that I needed to hear, and also get out to other people. The number, because there's like 15 Final Fantasies, the two that rang clear to me, because my life path number is number 7, that is one of my numbers. It was number 7 and number 10. So Final Fantasy number 7 and 10, if you want to go look up the trailers to those, it wasn't just for me, for information for me. I was also told that, there's going to be other people that will resonate with that, and to get that information out as well. And whatever you gain from that, take that into your being and in your heart, and ask, what am I supposed to get out of this? So anyway, it was a very real, I had other experiences while I was astral traveling in that time, but it was really cool. I want to go into the other things that I experienced that were really, really fun, but I needed to get that information out. There's been so much going on, and because of my physical, like I said, I've been focusing so much, integrating and grounding fully, because I was so wanting to focus on other aspects and not fully able to integrate my physical body, and let it get sick and other things, and almost took myself out of this reality. So I'm getting more information out now as my body becomes stronger. There's so much that I will be going into, but it all happens for a reason, and so I trust that. But right now I do feel that this information needs to be brought forth, and there will be more as I ground deeper into this reality in the physical, so I can get all the things that I've experienced out of this reality and in this reality, so I can get that stuff out to people, especially the ones that are resonating with this. Anyway, hope y'all are doing well. I love you all.